Since the introduction of the computer into the workplace environment has been constantly evolving. Information technology has been rapidly developed in the last few decades, introducing new tools and processes to the worker. With these new advancements, we have been able to achieve new heights, devices, and processes. Although it is true that the introduction of information technology into the workplace has had many benefits, let it be resolved that information technology is not providing people with a higher quality of working life. Before we begin outlining the reasons why, let us begin with defining IT and quality of working life. Webster's online dictionary defines information technology as a technology involving the development, maintenance, and use of computer systems, software, and networks for the processing and distribution of data. For the purpose of our argument, we will refer to information technology as any tool in the workplace used to share data via the use of manual and automated computer systems, including networks, telecommunications, and personal devices. Next, what exactly is higher quality of working life? Many people define quality of working life as the happiness or job satisfaction of a particular worker in a job setting. Although these are important measures, the whole working environment must be taken into consideration when accurately measuring the quality of life. According to the Quality of Working Life Association, in association with the University of Portsmouth in the United Kingdom, there are 6 main areas to measure the quality of life, which can be seen here. Therefore, for IT to be able to provide a higher quality of working life, it would need to be beneficial in the majority of these categories. Now that we have a good understanding of the terms, let us start with why information technology has provided a different quality of working life. We have outlined 4 main categories where technology violates this notion. These include health, job security, personal development, and the global effects of IT. With these points, we will be able to prove that information technology is not providing a higher quality of working life.
Information technology brings health issues and therefore decrease the quality of working life. Notwithstanding a lot of change it makes, it poses negative effect on both physical and mental health. The visual problem, joint problem, and obesity are 3 major issues that are raised by information technology and now becoming more and more common. Looking at display devices too long or too close can make people feel tired, dizzy, difficult to see. It can definitely cause myopia, ptosis, and glaucoma. According to Statistics Canada's data, the computer usage in workplace increased from 20% to 60% from 1984 to 2000 in US and Canada. Meanwhile, the prevalence of myopia for poor people in the working age rose from 25% to 41% according to National Health Institute survey. Typing or holding point devices can cause joints on hands quickly worn and damaged. Also, sitting by computer for a long time can increase the pressure on the backbone, bringing pains and discomfort. Obesity is another problem that people have to face. It is easy to gain weight when people sitting and working with IT device. The statistics shows that obesity steadily rise among workers from 40% to 80% during the same time when information technology quickly gains its popularity. The mental health issues, including anxiety and loneliness, are crucial to acknowledge too. Information technology effectively make people work in fast pace, bringing stress and anxiety. People feel anxious about their work pace, their competence, and even technology itself. According to Statistics Canada, the absenteeism due to anxiety increased more than 300% around mid of 2000. In the meantime, a smart device are introduced. Loneliness is another mental issue related to information technology. When information technology provides a new way of communication, it actually isolates people from each other. People are not talking to each other directly, but using computers, tablets, or cell phones to communicate instead. It's more like communicating and interacting with machines and make people feel isolated in such environment.
We're at a point where each innovative cycle destroys more jobs than it creates. A technology revolution is fast replacing human beings with machines in virtually every sector and industry in the global economy. Already millions of mid-level jobs have been permanently eliminated from the economic process, and whole work categories and job assignments have shrunk, been restructured, or disappeared. Iwasaki from Stanford Daily states, "The way companies see them, mid-level jobs present a sweet spot of savings. They have the perfect combination of higher labor costs and relative ease of automation. In our profit-driven economy, the only jobs that survive are those for which labor costs stay smaller than the decreasing cost of replacement technology. The IT is replacing jobs such as customer service, banking accountants, and ticket sellers. As technology advances, it will replace more workers, including high-level jobs. One can argue that technology also increases the number of job opportunities. However, the jobs that are created due to technology advancement generally require secondary education in a profession field of study. In addition, technology is also changing, which create more demand for skills from the applicants for many positions. A study released in November 2012 by Eurofound in Europe showed that despite the recession, almost 40% of companies reported difficulty in finding workers with the right skill, compared with 37% in 2008 and 35% in 2005. In the previous years, the number of graduates have been less than the number of vacant jobs. By 2015, about 900,000 information and communications technology vacancies may go unfilled in the European Union. The jobs that are being created by technology only benefit the people who received a high education, crippling those who can't afford to be unemployed.
IT has played a significant role in hindering personal development, referring to the advancement and improvement of one's skills, experiences, and character attributes. IT tools promote a dependency on automated systems without understanding how they work, and the results can have drastic effects. For example, in the field of construction, many professionals master automated software and tools, such as total stations, without necessarily understanding those mechanisms. However, when these systems fail on-site, disastrous on-field circumstances can result, costing more time and money to correct these mistakes. Manual surveying techniques widely used in the past ensure that the operator actually understands the process, which decreases possible error. Such dependence on technology necessitates acceptance of the negative aspects of technology that comes with it. For instance, in the article called "Overdependence on Technology," employees in the medical field must compromise on their efficiency as well as deal with various issues as a result of failures in the technology. In other words, heavy dependence on IT results in the settling for less ideal work conditions. Finally, as a result of the implementation of IT tools, there has been an overall reduction in personal communication. Personal communication is deteriorating. Through this simple transferable skill is important in and outside the workplace. As well, vital mistakes can be made with the loss of personal communication. As seen, over 95% of the communication is done by email or by phone, but more than 50% of the communication is through body language. Tone, for example, can be misinterpreted easily through email.
So far, we've seen the effect of IT on an individual level, but IT, which has enabled globalization, now also affects everyone connected. That's why we have courses like MSci 442, in which we want to better understand the impact of IT on individual and societal levels. And there's companies like Optimal Networks that solely exist to better educate and implement IT solutions so that the technology does not control the people, but the other way around. And looking at their achievements, their 6 consecutive Workplace Excellence Awards, their company profit and growth shows that there's a dire need for us to better understand and implement IT. So what's the problem with IT? So far, it hasn't given equal opportunities to all. Only 19% of software workers are women, even though they were shown not to be disadvantaged in any way. There's also the rapidly changing IT, which compounds stress on the workers if inadequate training is given. And that's why companies like Optimal Networks and as well as researchers are working to tackle this. There's also the digital divide, especially for the older generation who find it harder to cope with the ever-changing technology, and also people with disabilities for whom there's a lack of assistive technology that actually helps them to work. Not only has it been unfair, but there's also risks on the quality of working life. Now, some are subject to poorer working life conditions. As seen with multinational corporations, much of the IT and related less creative jobs are outsourced to developing countries with lower standards of living. As well, because of IT, these companies now depend less on the local human and material resources, which is another deterrent to economic growth. And not only that, there's also risk of losing the job entirely, as seen with the global recession of 2008 and financial crises, or even technological failures.
After discussing all of our points, it seems that information technology has not necessarily provided people with a higher quality of life. If you compare where we were 10, 100 years ago, and you look where we're now, you'll find that there's a new set of constraints and issues affecting our quality of working life. Whereas at the start of the 20th century, people were facing issues with job safety, nowadays there are new challenges such as obesity, job security, and unequal opportunities. The fact is that technology has changed the way we work and our quality of working life. Through our arguments about health, job security, personal development, and global scale effects, we conclude that information technology has drawbacks and not just benefits. This results in IT providing people with a different quality of working life. New doesn't mean better, but it does mean different. Additionally, many of these benefits are reserved for a select group of the whole worker population. Although there are many workers who may benefit from IT, the truth is that there is a large number of workers that have been disadvantaged by IT. As we conclude our argument, we believe that we have clearly proved that information technology has many compelling drawbacks, resulting in information technology providing people with a different quality of working life and not a higher one.